Some places echo with history, others scream with it. Chillingham Castle, nestled deep in Northumberland, England, is more than just ancient stone walls and royal bloodlines. Suspese et osio. It is a fortress of pain, a monument to cruelty. Getsy and the most haunted castle in all of Britain. This is the terrifying, true story of Chillingham Castle. All cotterde, but castle special others that Ilgan on bruise and falth. Built in the 13th century, Chillingham Castle was never meant to be peaceful. It was a fortress, a military outpost during brutal border wars with Scotland. It has seen invasion, execution, and endless bloodshed. Its dungeons and torture chambers still remain, and some say, so do the dead. Inquadida. Inside its walls, prisoners were chained, starved, mutilated, and worse. The infamous torture chamber still houses original devices, iron maidens, stretching racks, manacles fixed into ancient stone. Hundreds died in agony, and many believe their spirits never left. One of the most famous spirits is known as the Blue Boy. Guests staying in the Pink Room have reported piercing screams echoing through the walls at night. Gongaitsa, some even saw a blue glowing figure floating above the bed. Length today, the sense of the bed figures the era fine on pint and justice. They spirits blues a sign. In the 1920s, during renovations, workers discovered the skeletal remains of a young boy inside a wall, along with scraps of blue fabric. Blue boys browsing and rosing wall. Since the remains were properly buried, the sightings became rare. But some say he still visits the room, especially when it rains. Deep below the castle lies the torture chamber. The air is freezing. The walls weep moisture, closing the same, and flashed trains still hang from them. Visitors report being touched, pushed, or suddenly unable to breathe. And staged with feege and need afterward, psychics have described a shadow figure in the corner, a man with no eyes, who watches. Some believe it is the ghost of John Sage, a sadistic torturer who is said to have murdered over 7,000 people during the wars. And some saying to me it's made no way. Other spirits also roam. A silent monk walks the halls late at night. His footsteps echo, but his face is never seen. Lady Mary Berkeley, abandoned by her cheating husband, is seen wandering the corridors searching for him, her dress whispering against the stone. Some guests hear weeping outside their doors at night. When they look, no one is there. Modern paranormal teams have visited Chillingham Castle dozens of times. They've recorded EVPs, voices whispering in empty rooms. Infrared cameras have captured cold spots, glowing anomalies, and figures moving in locked rooms. Even hardened skeptics have left terrified, some refusing to ever return. Today, Chillingham Castle is open to the public. You can tour the dungeons, sleep in the rooms, stand where thousands once died. But visitors are warned, the spirits here do not rest. They whisper in the night, they walk the halls, and sometimes they follow you home. Fear Diaries isn't just another horror channel, it's a portal into real nightmares. We uncover the true stories that were buried, forgotten, or never explained, from haunted villages in the UK to eerie disappearances no one dares speak of. Each story is told with cinematic suspense, real emotion, and haunting atmosphere, perfect for those who crave true horror without the gimmicks. If you've ever heard something in the dark and wondered if it was real, this is the channel for you. In the quiet village of Black Hollow, nestled deep in the moors of North Yorkshire, a young girl disappeared without a trace in 1998. Locals say the land itself swallowed her. No body, no evidence, only whispers remain. What happened to Emily Trent? And why do people still hear her crying in the woods at night? Black Hollow isn't on most maps. It's a place you pass through, not a place you go. With barely 200 residents, it's surrounded by dense woodland and rolling fog. The kind of place where old secrets don't die, they wait. Emily Trent was 14 when she vanished, a bright, kind girl, always drawing, always exploring. She lived with her grandmother, who often said Emily was drawn to the woods, not afraid of them, but almost enchanted. On October 12, 1998, Emily left school as usual. She was last seen near the old path behind St. Mary's Church. Witnesses say she waved at someone in the trees, but no one else saw who. She never came home. The village responded quickly. Dozens of locals searched, police arrived, dogs, helicopters, thermal imaging, but nothing was found. No torn clothing, no scent trail, no blood. The woods were too quiet. Even the animals were gone. That same night, the vicar claimed he heard singing coming from the woods, a child's voice. He followed the sound into the trees and found a clearing that wasn't on any map. At its center, something disturbing. A perfect black circle, burned into the soil. In the middle, a doll, hand-stitched, nailed to the earth with a rusted iron spike. The vicar left in terror. When he returned days later with police, the clearing was gone. Emily's grandmother later said she had warned her that the woods were cursed, always had been, a place where some children simply never came back, not because they were taken, but because they answered. Then the crying started. Locals heard it, soft, desperate sobs, every night at 9:17 p.m. Some saw a figure standing at the edge of the woods, pale, still, watching. But when they looked again, nothing. The village never spoke of it again. Emily's home still stands, abandoned. The path she took is now sealed with overgrowth. But every October 12th, someone leaves a daisy by the trees. No one knows who or why. Maybe Emily ran away. Maybe something older took her. But in places like Black Hollow, the woods don't forget. They remember. And sometimes they call again. If you ever hear crying in the trees, don't answer. You've been watching Fear Diaries. For more real horror stories, subscribe. And if you have a true story of your own, send it to us.